Hey everybody, this is the first recording for Education 719. I know y'all think I forgot about it, but I didn't, I promise. I was just trying to wait a little while until we got the semester underway and as your placement started getting rolled out. So I'm just here quickly to talk about the first assignment for Education 719 and also to talk about student learning and licensure. I finally just went into it today because I couldn't remember my password. Shocking, I know. But there's one thing I want to make sure you all are aware of in student learning and licensure. So this is what I see. I don't think your view is the same, but this is what I see. I have not played around with this at all. But one thing I need to tell you all about is that you have got to do this test assignment. Okay, there's a test assignment for students. I think most of you all purchased SLL or, kind of converted from live text to SLL back in the fall, or excuse me, in the spring with Dr. Williams. If not, make sure you do that. I will send out an email from Mrs. Kaysen about how you kind of make that conversion. But once you have the SLL, you need to, and I don't even know what this looks like. So you need to make sure you actually to look and see if everybody's name's on here. It looks like everybody is on here. Okay, so you need to make sure that I will never do this again where I show everybody's names and everything. Oh boy. Hold please. See, I have my computer. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Hold please. Okay, Dianelli, we're just wanting to make sure we showed you. Okay, how do I go back? Okay, so anyway, so you all, it looks like you all are in SLL. So just make sure you complete this test assignment, and it looks like it's due on this 20th of September. Okay, I think that was my fault. I think I was supposed to tell you all to do that, and I did not. So I'm telling you now, please make sure to get this test assignment completed. Okay, that's the first thing I want to say. So again, this is where your placements will start coming out. I know they are starting to roll out. You may or may not have yours yet. Don't freak out if you don't. Okay, there's a lot of people to be placed. So your placement should start rolling out through student learning and licensure. Okay, so keep checking and you should have it within the next few days if you do not have it already. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the an assignment coming up. Wait, we didn't have it. Oh, our intro assignment. I was like, we didn't have an intro assignment, but it was a course affirmation form. Oh, y'all. So our first assignment is just on the syllabus. It's just called, it's under component 2A and it's called observing and learning from others is the component. So this is just called observation exercise 1. I did say it would be due about week 6, but I know again, you might just be getting your placement. So I did extend the deadline to September 30th, which is about the early part of week 7. So, I can kind of be flexible with it if I need to be, but I did just want to get this posted because I think it would be a great way for y'all to, once you're getting into your placements, and remember, you've got to figure out, we're already into September 10th, 11th, so you're going to need to figure out how you can get those hours in. And again, it's not just you go to the school for, 3 days, full days. That's not what your guidelines say, okay? So click on this. So this is observation exercise 1. It's from this book that I had found for the textbook that I'm using with my undergrad math class. But I really like it, and I looked through it, and I literally went page by page, and I said, "Ooh, that would work for 719. Oh, that would work for my undergrad class. Ooh, that would work for 719." So I'm excited about some of these activities because I think they're more structured than just go in and watch your teacher kind of thing. So that's why we're doing as part of your hours in the classroom, which again, the way you spend the rest of your hours is really open to your cooperating teacher, okay? And I will get them, once I get their names, I will send out an email to them kind of explaining that. But so to that end, when you're in your classroom, I do want you to do 3 observations. We're just going to talk about 1 today because apparently I scanned the other ones incorrectly and they did not come through. But the first one's the one I want to talk about today. So this is just saying it's a document. This is saying where you will submit your assignment, right? This link, but this is in PDF. Okay, so let me show you what it looks like. So you may have to, like on my Adobe, I am able to convert to Word. You might not be. So what I would recommend then is you just, kind of copy and paste this. Just will it let me? I don't know if it will or not. If you edit it, I don't know. Mine's all different than yours, I think. But anyway, so this is what you're going to do. Observation 2.2, evidence of higher level thinking. Okay, so incorporating higher level thinking into teaching requires, hold on, I'm actually going to read from the textbook. Wait, I can enlarge it. Hold, please. One moment. One moment, please. There we go. Y'all know I can't read. Incorporating higher level thinking into teaching requires careful planning. Higher level thinking can be defined a variety of ways. Most commonly, it is used to distinguish between knowledge questions, kind of those lower level, right, and those that involve analysis, application, and so on. You can usually distinguish between higher level and lower level thinking by the level of discussion and effort that is required to solve the tasks. In this observation, focus on the opportunities for students to engage in higher level thinking. And, depending on the level of your students in your placement, right? This is not in your own classroom. This is in your placement. Some of the students' higher level thinking might be still on the lower end, right? Like it's really dependent on the students you are observing. Okay, so don't think it has to reach the highest level of thinking possible, right? That might not be feasible. Okay, this one does say math, 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 math. If you do not observe math, it's okay. Okay, so you can just think of it as saying, did the teacher encourage higher level thinking, right? If you happen to be observing math, that's great. If not, again, just pretend this word mathematical doesn't exist. Okay, so don't get hung up on this part that says mathematical. Did the teacher encourage higher level thinking? Again, what does higher level thinking look like for your students in your particular placement? If so, what were some of the teacher's actions? Okay, so you want to cite specific examples and strategies. Okay, and again, it'd probably be easier just for you to retype this into a Word document anyways, because you might need more room to answer the question. So if you retype it or if you copy and paste it, you don't really need to put the instructions. I know what the instructions say. So you could just copy or retype these questions. Okay. All right. So the second question, did the students make conjectures, guesses, theories, or engage in mathematical arguments, or again, just arguments, right? In a positive way, not like, oh, I'm going to fight you argument, but y'all know what I mean. Were they expected to defend or support their arguments and conjectures? How do you know? Describe the students' actions in this lesson. You may or may not see this, right? If you don't, you can kind of say, oh, I didn't see this, but I did see this, right? So this is just kind of a template, if you will. Circle any of the verbs below that you think describe the activity students were asked to do during the lesson. So whatever you think they maybe were asked to do, again, doesn't necessarily have to be mathematically related. Okay, this sheet just happens to come from a book that goes with a math textbook. Okay, so if you're in a math classroom, great. If not, just pretend that word mathematical does not exist. Okay, to what extent were all students expected to use higher level thinking? Again, whatever that means for them. In other words, when a question or task was posed, what did the teacher do to ensure all students were thinking about and answering the question? How was the classroom structured so that all students were engaged? This is really important, right? This whole part. And these are questions that I want you to think about so that you can relate them and you can use these turn the questions into statements kind of thing when you're in your own classrooms. I know some of you are in your own classrooms now, so think about if you do any of these things, right? And if you don't, how could, especially this number 4, how can you make sure that all students are engaged? Okay, how can you make sure that all students are expected to use higher level thinking? So, and I'm going to give you one example right now. If I'm in a classroom of 10 students, let's say we're in a resource classroom, right? Maybe there's 8 students. And I'm talking, and then I say, Georgia, develop blah, 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 right? But I called out a student, aka my dog, by name, right? I said, Georgia, before I asked the question. What did the other students probably stop doing? They probably stopped paying attention, right? They probably stopped being engaged. If the other students know that you're only asking Georgia this question, well, guess what? They're like, haha, I have a little break. I don't have to listen. So looking at things like that and thinking about, what do I do in my classroom? What should I be doing? How can I make sure all students are engaged and that all students are thinking about and answering the question, right? So that was just a little hint. If you see, and again, Do not tell your cooperating teacher, oh, that's wrong. You shouldn't do that. My teacher said you shouldn't do that. No, no, no. That's not what I'm saying. This is not to penalize your cooperating teacher at all. We are very thankful that they are taking all of our students in. So it's really just for you to see what's going on in classrooms and to think about what you do in your classroom currently and how you want to act in your classrooms in the future. And then the fifth question, what tools like technology, manipulatives, visuals were used to support higher level thinking? Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. Again, so again, you will probably have to, if you cannot convert to Word, you will just need to type the questions, okay, and leave yourself some space to answer the questions. Okay, so that's your first one. And well, again, when you're ready to submit it, you will just submit it right here. I did set the deadline as September 30th. If you have issues with that deadline, let me know ahead of time. Okay, do not wait till September 30th at 11:55 p.m. If you feel you might need a little more time for this observation, let me know. Okay, so that is your first assignment. That's the only thing that's posted so far. 719 is pretty empty, but as we get going, I will post the other observation assignments from the textbook. I will post the videos. I'm going to try to get those posted by the end of this week, actually. And then we'll start talking about progress monitoring and kind of how that's going to work, the data-based instruction progress monitoring portion of this course. I'm looking through the syllabus to make sure that's about it. So I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to talk about today. And I just want to say hi and let you know that I did not forget about 719. Okay, and again, please make sure you go into SLL and complete this test assignment so that we know you have accessed SLL, because we will need to, there's a lot of stuff that will need to go into SLL at the end of the semester. Okay, some of these things are not going to happen, but just do the test assignment. Okay, and then again, this assignment, again, aim for September 30th. If you need more time for some reason, let me know well ahead of time. Okay, I think that's it for now. I hope y'all are having a great semester, and I am continuing to post chapters for 718 or Power 8 recordings. I believe I have recorded through chapter 5. Chapter 6 is posted, but there's no sound that goes along with that yet, so I will try to get to that today. Okay, hopefully y'all are doing well, and I will be back for observation exercises 2 and 3.